They're like, hey, we want to play more through side lanes and then have advantages where we can use the semi-globals we have on both Nefiri and the Rise and the Galio. Yeah, who?
Puts the Twin Fangs into Caps, dodges the overload, and Caps is forced away.
Yeah.
So I'm of the opinion that I don't think G2 really cared. Oh, hang on, Arrow.
Arrow down, beat drop, encore as well. LeBron pretty tanky for the moment. He's gets a magical journey, but it's not far enough to take him out of harm's way. KC with Burst Blood, now Hans Summer underneath the tower by himself. Kalist takes the tower shot, Ace in the hole coming out as well. Yike will block that one up. Scumon's on his way across, and KC wisely will back out of any further dive.
So just good utilization of the Fog of War there from KC. LeBron, he just wants to ward. He doesn't realize that KC have decided to stick around in the lane to threaten to pick, and they find that first blood.
And to pick could be huge, but the Realm War's been used boss.
Yahoo, Noxious Blast for the movement speed, then puts the Miasma down, turns and faces them. A Petrifying Gaze and China Crystal out to follow up, only hits onto Scumon. Yahoo down to a 3rd HP. There's the pillow. Scumon has to flash, but Yike flashes for the chase and brings home the kill. Caps and LeBron now forced away to subjugate on LeBron. Will chip away at his health bar as well. KC 2k up and 2 kills to the good.
G2 make their first play of the game, but things go wrong. KC stand their ground. Yahoo finds a beautiful outplay. The ultimate doesn't stun anyone up, but it doesn't matter because it forces G2 to retreat. We really saw the
Pressure down when these summoner spells are down is super key.
Yeah, makes sense, and they get Hans Summer's flash because they put the pressure down towards the mid lane. A little bit of deep vision for G2 around the blue buff of KC. Drake up in 15 seconds time. KC now trying to regain control of this mid lane. Yet to see the top laners too involved. As Kana is here, Tempered Fate's going to go down, a trap to follow up, but Scumon dives forward. Here's the hero's entrance, and there's the CC chain onto Kalist. KC overstepped. Kana trying to burn through the dogs, but he can't do it. Miasma short of clipping Broken Blade, who dashes away. A magical journey from LeBron. And in what is essentially a 4v5 in KC's favor, G2 find a kill.
That cosmic binding from LeBron was insane. It ends up hitting Kalist in the midst of all those KC members, and the immediate temper.
All behind before that play in the mid lane. The crowd begins to come to life for G2. As KC have had the run of the rift at the start of this game, but 17 minutes in, still a 2,000 gold lead for the men in blue, or black, I guess, in their new kit. To change the name around a little bit as Kalist flashes away. Round Warp coming in as well as Caps looks for the chase, but Kalist is able to walk out. Tempered Fate's going to catch onto the edge, and now it's Kalist on his lonesome because Bucio's already done for. G2 find 2 more in the mid lane.
Another pick found by G2. KC rotating through their jungle, and again this mobility, this ability to quickly collapse before KC can react is exactly how G2 want to be playing this composition.
And Scumon did a great job there. After the play, he immediately invaded onto this bottom side to set up the
advantage. 3-1 for now. That top lane's going to fall pretty sharpish. Temper Fate going down as Yike comes around the corner and forces LeBron away. Continues to chop down on him with both the main and China Crystal doesn't quite find him, but even through Mikhail's blessing, can't undo the curse of the chase from Yike. Solo kill for the Trundle. And now KC, well, they found another little bit of an avenue
for them right now.
Kana's flash is about to come off cooldown, but it won't be there soon enough. Scumon goes in, they'll lock him against the wall, and now with the Rob chasing around the corner, Caps gets the kill. Great collapse from G2 towards the top side.
Kana's flash did in fact come up just at the right time, just for him to flash into a wall. A big fumble there from Kana, as with that pick, G2 will start off the Baron.
He was all the way down towards the bottom side, hasn't used the TP to get back up here. Baron down to 12,000. Scumon's going to eat some honey fruit, top himself back up. KC trying to get in here, but there's a line of snap traps. They're going to stop their advances. 6k on the Baron now as KC try to advance. A small avenue for them to get in. Tempered Fate's going to land. G2 turn their attentions towards the enemy jungle, and Encore goes through, but Scumon's able to dodge to the side of it. Flash away from Yike, flash away from Broken Blade, but Kalist begins to open up. A hero's entrance becomes only an exit, and he's leaving in a coffin. KC with beautiful team fighting will take the fight and take the Baron alongside.
They're a man down, but KC doesn't care. They play the fight perfectly and put G2 in the dirt.
An ambitious play from G2 as they try to use the Baron to get a numbers advantage and turn that into...
Blade is here as well.
Hans Summer's not with them right now. Broken Blade has to flash away from the Miasma. Yike steps forward, there's the Encore, only hits onto BB, and equalizer down as well in that small choke point. Broken Blade Justice Punch finds none of it. Scumon tries to dash away, but it's rooted where he stands, and Kalist will find every arrow in his quiver and put them into the back of the dogs. Cap's now trying to stand tall underneath his tier 2, but the Realm Wolf's gonna have to get him away. The gaze of Yahoo is petrifying as Hans Summer falls to the Serpent's Fangs. KC, the Drake is up. Soul is available for KC, and now they'll start it up. Cap's forced away towards the top side. KC trying to play in this pocket of vision around this bush.
Keep watching Yahoo. Look at his positioning here, right on the forefront, zoning the rest of G2 away.
Yeah, he's doing such a good job. Kana in that bush as well, meaning that G2 just can't step in. Skew1 looking for the dash across the back of the pit. Torn out from both Blade. Caps is still in mid. G2 have given up the ghost on the Soul. KC will secure it.
I think they're just hoping that Skew1 might have been able to make the steal, but KC are going to push back G2 and get the Soul for themselves.
Beautiful position there from KC, and I love their confidence. We just heard from Broken Blade saying, we need to play with confidence, but KC just did it right back to them. The moment G2 approached the river, KC just unleash the attack. They're getting ready to fight. They go and they start the engage, and they put G2 on the back foot right from the start. That Rumble ultimate now coming off cooldown. The Ashe ultimate coming off cooldown. All these ultis getting ready to go as G2's looking for a fight.
KC have to be sure they don't skip steps as Skew1 goes in. There's a hero's entrance, but Kalisz just steps out of the back of it. Charm onto Broken Blade. Kalisz begins to open up, an equalizer in from Kana, who TPs towards the backline. And Yike and Kana are just stopping anyone from G2, saving Broken Blade. KC find another, and now G2 don't have those tools to get in towards the Baron pit.
The equalizer was a red velvet barrier instead this time, denying the follow-up, but G2 survived.
Chased out by Yahoo. Dark and Daggers don't hit. Petrifying Gaze doesn't either, but the Twin Fangs enough to take down the Neferi. G2 were looking for Kana with that Tempered Fate, but they just can't find him. The rest of KC there to back up their top laner.
KC are simply
Things like this, but across the course of the weekend, Yike has been stepping up, and here we see on the Trundle just stopping any possibility of G2 going in.
well, they're getting desperate now. They'll fish, and here we go.
Tempered Fate again misses. Like, KC just aren't giving G2 any way to get into a fight, any way to find a skirmish, any way to pick up a man. It is so patient and sublime to watch, I'll be honest. There's the equalizer, and here's the follow-up. Yike and Yahoo pushing in, and Kana's here to burn them all! A magical journey leads him to the fountain, but as he goes, he takes G2 with him. Caps and Hans Summer are sitting in the Death Realm, and all they can do is watch as KC, with an almost perfect performance in terms of patience and team fighting, just absolutely decimate the reigning champs of the LEC. This was a message, and it has been well sent. KC just sweep away G2 in Game 1.
An impressive performance from KC. Great patience. It looked a little scary when they were getting picked off, but their play around the Baron was the key deciding moment. Great game from them. Let's hear what the analysts have to say.
Well, the first game comes up blue, and it seems that perhaps it has more of an air of winter than spring in the studio currently, as we harken back to when KC got their very, very first title, the journey that they've gone through since then, and the way I think that they start this series, it's really sending a message.
I mean, it's so impressive to see KC come out swinging. The game started really slow. Didn't see very many kills for 10 minutes, but then really when KC started finding these fights and just slowly building that lead, it felt like G2 couldn't really hold a candle anymore. It feels like it was so difficult for G2 to even find a single promising fight.
But that's exactly what KC wanted, because Finn, you said it so damn well at the beginning.